Good morning. It is Friday, January 23rd, 2025. I'm Anthony. This is Drive Dive, where I talk about my efforts to be productive, try to share a little bit of my journey, inspire you on yours to get the most out of every day. So I've shared before, father of two, husband, teacher, reflecting on my levels of productivity, and I stumbled upon this book, Atomic Habits by James Clear, where he talks a lot about our habits, systems in place that help us to engage in those habits and check some of those things off of our to-do lists. But he also really talks about our identity, how we identify, the actions that we take. He characterizes them as sort of casting votes for the type of person that you are, the type of person that you're going to be. And so in terms of productivity, I think first and foremost, don't be so hard on yourself. If you identify as a productive person, there just needs to be more that counts as productive, as being productive. More behaviors that you say to yourself, you know what, this was productive. You know what, this was aligned with a particular goal. This is aligned with how I wish to identify as a person. Like, it counts. It counts. So I know it's challenging to wear a lot of hats. Like I said, husband, father, teacher. I like to work out. I cut my own hair. There's so many things, right? I play Disney Lorcana, a trading card game, competitively, sort of. And you want to be able to do specific things aligned toward each of these goals. I talk a lot about synergy, where it would be great if I could do one thing that tackled multiple sorts of goals or roles and the different hats, and so that's where it's great, where I can play Disney Lorcana with my son, as I often do, and that's two birds with one stone, right? I mean, that's me being a better player. It's also me being a better father. My fitness and healthy lifestyle goals, I don't get to work out every day, and that's fine. I think my ideal vision is I would get to work out a little bit every day. But again, when other things have to count. When I don't work out, that doesn't mean I'm no longer a healthy person. That doesn't mean I've stalled on my progress and my goals. It just means that I need to find something else that counts. And for me, that's counting my macros and sticking to my diet. I may not have been able to find the hour to hit the weights, right, to train, but I ate all day. I stuck to my diet. I stuck to my oatmeal and protein shake for breakfast. I stuck to my tuna fish, rice, cereal, prunes for lunch, my chicken and Fiber One for dinner, my egg whites, rice, and yogurt and apple for my nighttime meal. I stuck to all that. Great, that counts. And so we kind of have to let that stuff go, and find more things that count, and just say this is enough, this is good enough, and so on. Yes, it gets complicated when we have work-related deadlines, and it hurts when you're forced into a particular role and you're forced to tackling the need to items and don't get to do as much of the want to. But you find a way to make it count. Even when I am pulled into work-related things, I do take the time to explain to at least my son, who's older, he's 8, he can understand a lot of this, the pressures and whatnot. He can understand those things. So now it's, yes, it stinks that I don't get to spend the time with the family, but I'm at least able to have the conversation with him and have this teachable moment as a father raising children, and then go tackle the things I need to. Or as my son says, the boring stuff. Yesterday when he and I got home, Mommy's at the gym with our daughter, his sister, and he and I just spent a lot of time doing laundry. It's something we spoke about. We're going to do laundry before we play any kind of Lorcana, before we get into any kind of Fortnite. And he's beginning to understand that, responsibilities and all, and helping out with some of the chores around the house. So, now we're doing things that we need to, but we're doing them together. Right? And I think that's right again, and it's supporting my role not just as a father, spending that time with my son, working on his responsibilities, but also as a husband, right? I mean, my wife's gonna feel better knowing that, or not feeling that she's the only one doing these household chores, folding the laundry, washing dishes, and things of that sort. So it's hard to do it, but I guess the challenge is to not be so darn hard on ourselves, and like I'm saying, just find more things that count. And yeah, sure, the thing I've kind of accepted or figured is I have to be okay with only 6 hours of sleep. I'm generally up, active, doing things until about 11 o'clock because I try so hard to be present for my family that I then wait for everybody to go to bed before I then pick up some of the other need tos and want tos. Generally Friday nights, it's 10:30, 11 o'clock where I'm finishing up a workout because I finished putting one of my two kids to bed. My wife and I alternate. Finished putting one of them to bed. I fell asleep too. And I wake up, I go work out, and then I have that late night meal I mentioned. And then we get up and super early and do it all again the next day. So I tell myself often in my moments of frustration, the only solution is don't sleep. And so that ends up being the sacrifice. But you get things in, you figure it out. One of the ways I identify, I guess, again, as being a productive individual, trying to make the time of, in my day. I had this 45, 60-minute drive to work, back home, right? So nearly 2 hours a day in the car. Started this YouTube channel. I figure if I'm going to do these things, let's just hit the record button. I'm going to be driving. I have the ability, the opportunity to talk and engage, and so just hit the record button. I do like to train. I do like to work out. So I have a plan where I'd love to maybe mount a PTZ, right? Point to zoom camera in the ceiling, and if I'm going to work out, well, let's just hit record and try to not only feel productive, but then I can start to identify not just as that healthy individual bodybuilder, but also go further down this YouTube rabbit hole. So I don't know, some ideas, some thoughts. Don't be so hard on yourself. You are productive. Watching this video, it's not mindless consumption. It's not wasted time on my cell phone. I'm trying to be a more productive individual. I'm watching a video that's aligned with those goals. It counts. All right? It counts. So that's it. Make it count. Find things that count. Get them done. Make it count. You are productive. All right, well, that's it for me. I'm Anthony. This is Drive Dive. Thanks for watching. Give us a like, subscribe. Please take 30 seconds, comment down below, share something in your personal journey, comment on mine. I don't know, have a great weekend. We'll catch you on Monday. Take care.